Namaste and welcome to Cosmic Ocean Tarot. Today's general reading for the collective. That being said, not everything will resonate with everyone, so please take what resonates and leave what does not. And as always, please heed your own personal intuition. So the moon enters intellectual Gemini today. And we also see Mercury clash with Pluto in Capricorn, and Mercury is in Aries. And with that clash, we see Nine of Swords. Yes, deep thinking, right? Just Pluto is very transformative, but it's intense energy. It's not subtle. It unearths everything, right, that is buried beneath. And it brings it to your attention to make positive use for it, right? The Nine of Swords here and the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm just really hearing, right, this Nine of Swords is really getting big subconscious energy. And it's like, how can you take everything that is coming to you, all the information that you are unearthing, how can you use it to your advantage here? What does it have in store for you? Like with the Mercury Pluto square energy, it's really easy to see something and just really want to really dig deep into it and really understand that. And sometimes I'm hearing answers come to you when you're not focused on them, right? With this Nine of Swords energy, the Knight of Wands coming out, even though you really want to get at it, I'm hearing. And then the Gemini moon forms a trine with Saturn, the Four of Swords flipped over there. You really want to get at it, but sometimes no action is better than action, right? And even though you may physically be active, the mind needs a period of rest so that it can recuperate and understand, right? And then, like I said, we see the Gemini moon harmonize with Saturn, and that really invokes the patience needed for this aspect of looking more deeply into things, right? But with that Saturn energy, it allows for an emotional understanding, right? It's more so a more logical, mature approach to emotions instead of just running off with them, right? And also, especially also because the moon is in Gemini, right? Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and making easier to make sense of things instead of being emotionally wound up, right? And we have the Ten of Wands coming out here, and I'm hearing this is all the Pluto retrograde. Pluto goes stations retrograde in the afternoon. Now, as always, retrograde is not negative, right, per se. What is negative? Negative is relative to everyone. But a retrograde is a time to reflect and go over and redo something, right? It's not really a retrograde period in any planet isn't really a time to start something new, because it's there's always, yeah, the Empress card was down there flipped over. It's not really time to start something new, because in life there's always benefits from reflecting on what has occurred, or something or that has been blatantly ignored, right? Especially with Pluto here. Now Pluto's a very slow moving planet, so this retrograde isn't as the energies aren't always as obvious right away as with more inner planets like Mercury or Venus. Pluto's an outer planet. It takes 20 years to go through a single sign, right? That's why it's considered a generational planet. However, as we saw with what's happening already with that Pluto-Saturn conjunction that happened earlier in the year, that type of energy, right? Pluto is, it's like I said, it's not light energy. It's pretty heavy energy. But like I said, it's not noticed right away. It's heavy, but it slowly makes itself present. And so this is a really good time to explore shadow sides of yourself, to do shadow work as well, right? Uncovering and healing repressed emotions. The Two of Cups coming out reverse, and I'm hearing understanding why something isn't working. Because like I said, this 10 of Wands. Uncovering repressed emotions, right? Facing your subconscious fears. And that can feel very burdensome. But it will, I'm here with the Two of Cups in reverse, it'll really help you understand why something isn't working. And now this retrograde goes until about October. The 10 of Swords going with the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. It can feel very daunting, but know that there, with an ending, it's always a beginning, right? It's like the 10 of Swords energy is like always like very, it's heavy. It's like, oh, it's over, like there's nothing left to be had. Like I said, with an ending, there's always a beginning. There's always something to be had. So like as you can see, Empress here in reverse, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, and the Two of Cups in reverse. This is not, it's not light. The Star coming out in reverse. You may feel like all your hopes and dreams are no longer possible, but that's not the case. The case is that something needs to be changed significantly. The Knight of Cups coming out. Something needs to be changed significantly. And how you feel about something will also alter. Okay? But like I said, this is very slow energy. And it's all about just trusting the process. Okay? Because it's not really something that you see coming. It's something that you realize after a little bit of time. Okay? This energy, Pluto retrograde energy, just started today, so don't expect right away. For some of you, maybe, if you're more in tune with that aspect of yourself, you may notice the more, the heaviness of the energy today. For you, I know I personally have, especially looking at whatever area, what house Capricorn occupies in your own personal chart, because that's where Pluto is currently at, and where it is retrograding is in the sign of Capricorn. That will give you an idea. Yes, rest, like I said. And like I said, this retrograde is for quite some time. I want to say it ends around September or October. Like I said, it's a very slow moving planet astrologically, so things will rise to the surface as they must for you. But rest. Like I said about the Nine of Swords, right? And this Four of Swords over the Knight of Wands. You want to get in action. But sometimes it's best to just let your mind be at ease, because then things will come to you. And that is really where you get those subconscious hints, right? Where things are able to travel from your subconscious to your current reality. When you allow a period to regroup and recuperate and clear things out, okay? And this rest card, this oracle card coming out is just another confirmation of that, right? And then on the bottom here, this dream big card, she's sleeping too, right? A lot of sleeping energy, and a lot of the like connections and growth cards out here in reverse, like the Two of Cups, the Stars, the Empress, they're all in reverse, and a lot of sleeping energy. The Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Ten of Swords, right? She's laying there with her eyes closed, and she's anyway. So, and I feel like this is just reassurance. Even though you're resting, don't take it lightly, right? Still dream big. still have hope, even though you may be feeling like all is lost, all is not lost. This is just prime time regrouping, okay? Now, thank you so much for connecting. I hope this was insightful for some of you, if not all of you. Love and light to you all. Namaste.